go. Welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is a collective copy. No one's watching me, and I'm aware. But I would like to talk about the increase in police presence and militarization that is happening currently in the United States. Even if you are not in, so I don't know if you've heard, but obviously DC and LA have become war zones for the citizens. And Trump is next target is Chicago. So there are 19 states that are currently enforcing martial law. They're not calling it that, but they are sending National Guard. Trump mobilizing up to 1,700, which isn't that many, National Guard troops in 19 states. So let's do some math quick. 1,700 divided by 19 is like 100 or so? Less than that. 1,700 divided by 19. 89.4. So about 90 soldiers in each state, which doesn't seem like a lot. But this is just the beginning of what this is. So a lot of people have been talking about what they're experiencing in DC. LA obviously has continued since June 6th when that all shit started. But a lot of people are talking about the militarization and police presence. So I want to talk about the connection of jurisdiction. So all of these, a lot of the states are landlocked, okay, but they are the big states or the big cities like DC, Baltimore, Chicago, LA, like the entire state of Florida, are all within the 100-mile constitutional free zone in regards to the border of the United States. So that does include the Canadian, Mexico, I mean, it's any border. It's the coasts from coast to coast, right? Manifest Destiny style. But what I saw yesterday here in my town, I'm in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and yesterday there was a huge police presence right down, like 2 blocks away from me. And we were going to get our groceries, and I was like, I looked in the alley and I'm like, is that a pig? Like, is that a cop? And it was. And then I got to the main street. This kid has just been like this so much lately. It's so exhausting. But anyway, there were, I don't know, there were over 10 cop cars, and there were a bunch of cops, and the jurisdiction lines were blurred. There were sheriffs, which is county, there were city, and then there were like undercovers as well, so I don't know. I didn't look too hard, but I did peruse around because I wanted to see, because I've never seen that kind of response here in this town. And so I want to alert you that as this is happening at a large scale, I feel like in these smaller cities, rural areas, we're gonna be seeing more. There's going to be this push for normalization of this militarization of this response. Now, I continued watching it, but they like all had their guns drawn. There were some in the back of pickups. There were some standing on top of their cars. There were others standing around together. I mean, there were probably 30 pigs, 30 cops at this one house. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was by the school. And I, as you know, I have a little relationship with the high schoolers through the mutual aid spot. And so they walked by and I'm like, hey, do you know what happened over there? And they said that they were put on lockdown at the high school for like an hour or so. But that they were told that they were serving a warrant. I'm like, what? That's the kind of response that they're going to do for a warrant? And so I just want you to understand where we're at as the normalization of criminal behavior is expanded, right? So there's all these new laws that are being put in place under this administration, and that makes a lot of us criminals when we're just simply existing, right? Gay folks, people of color, marginalized identities, disabled folks, right? Now this has been something that happens. I mean, this has been a constant practice in the United States through eugenics and other ways, right? We know this. The United States was founded on genocide, okay? But this administration is making sure that we go back there. So I just want you to be aware of the expansion of the militarization and the normalization of it, and even in your area, it is pay attention. Pay attention to the techniques, the tactics, the responses. I mean, the only time I've seen this many cops together is when they're at like the cafe eating. But to see this was really intense, because like I said, it was literally 2 blocks away from us. I'm on 4th and they were on 6th, so I could see them. And just thinking about how they're using the alley, my front door is in the alley, so it's just an interesting, for me it was like, oh wow, this is very close to home. And this acknowledgement of what it is. Now, I'm going to share a little something that I have that you can still buy, I'm sure. When I first started seeing these raids happening, I was like, oh, there's no way that those are real cops. No, I'm not going to incriminate myself right now, but I am going to let you know that you can buy this, and you can buy yourself a few minutes. My vest, if I moved it in here because I think it's an important thing to have by my front door. If I am ever greeted with these entities, I will be greeting them in the same outfit that they are greeting me, for the most part. So it's gonna be like that Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing to each other. But anyway, just want you to know that using your free will and your money that you have earned so diligently at your labor job, you can buy those patches for about $16. And you can get a vest for, I don't know, the vests range, but that's my plan. It's gonna buy me a few minutes at the very least. But anyway, just want you to pay attention to what you're seeing, what people are sharing. I know that there's a lot of inability to grasp this reality as Americans, especially because we feel there's this invincibility complex. But, oh shit, I didn't even name this yet. I'm gonna let you go because I have to upload this video. I don't want to keep this too long, especially since no one's watching. So pay attention to the militarization in your area and the normalization of that. I've noticed also that these entities have been posting more of their quantitative goals online, like on Facebook. This is how many people were arrested, this is how many. They've been doing that a lot more. There's been a lot more PR/propaganda in regards to supporting the pigs, and that's just my area. I don't really go out of my house for lots of reasons, but that being one of them. And I mean, that's going to be changing with a mobile business. So I would just pay attention to what's going on around you. When you hear something, I would believe it. All right, I'm going to go make a breakfast sandwich. Have a good one.